yo, how you doing, guys? It's me, the one AJ Anthony Jordan, representing 1/5 of them boys. So you know what that means. The Ministry of Wrestling are here. And why are we here? Because we went to a show, so we review a show. Now, guys, this was Hustle Wrestling's Countdown Contenders special match. This obviously took place, I say obviously, you didn't need to know, but this took place in the home of Hustle Wrestling. Hustle's real home. Hustle travels, but we all know. Make sure you reach Rich Mix. But Hustle's home is the Colour Factory down in Hackney. So it was nice to be there, ordering our food as we do, being welcomed by wrestling as we do. So it's a great night, guys. It's a great night. And this night was definitely one of them. And obviously, if you're not familiar with the Countdown Contenders match, yes, you all know the countdown song. And each time you hear that sound, a new contender comes out, and it's an elimination. And the eventual survivor of all of that will be your number one contender to face current, I say current because there's a title match, I'm going to bring it up, current Hustle champion, Tate Mayfairs. Now, we will get onto the Countdown Contenders match, but there was a lot to look forward to as EM0, Callie Gray and Jack Landers took on 2 out of 3 of the Lions, Freddie Blackstone and Fabio Garcia for the Hustle Wrestling Tag Team titles. Now, guys, think of it. Rocco Garcia is one of the contenders in the Countdown Contenders match. If, by any chance, Freddie and Fabio win the tag team titles now, and Rocco goes on to win that, there's a chance that the 3 Lions could be holding 3 gold. All 3 members holding gold, and those are the only titles to hold in Hustle Wrestling. Very scary stuff. However, on the other side, one also has to remember, Ted Sabian's holding the clipboard, not the phone. Ted Sabian's holding the clipboard, and he can cash in at any time. And when that's there, maybe EM0 will be holding all 3 pieces of gold. So it's very interesting in this match to see which way it went. Which way did you guys think it went? Well, it was very hard to tell even if you were in attendance because it was a very solid match between 4 very, very talented superstars. However, the high-flying team of EM0, Callie Gray and Jack Landers retained and are still your Hustle Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Right, up next we had Ronnie Knox taking 1 member of GN187. Yes, sadly 2 members of GN1 are not available to compete at the moment, but Alexander Roth, the man himself, the Wolf of Broad Street, was down to take on Ronnie Knox. Look, I've got nothing but love for GN1, and GN187 just makes me have even more love for them. I know that's not a popular statement for the Hustle fans out there, but it is what it is. Nothing but love for Ronnie too, but I am a little partial to GN1. So a fun match. Ronnie gives it her all, man. Ronnie always gives it her all, and it's good to see that. But the Wolf of Broad Street is not one to be messed with, and he proved that again in this match. He knows how to play the crowd very well as well. Well done to you, Alex Roth, for doing what Alexander Roth does best, and ultimately taking a victory. So that is another W in the books for GN187. Unfortunate for Ronnie, but you know it's not the last time you're going to see Ronnie, and you just got to keep it going. So Ronnie, big up yourself each and every time. Congratulations to Alex Roth on his victory. Right, after that we had the Hustle Wrestling Champion make his way down and talk about how Tateness is greatness, letting everybody know that he has been undefeated for a while and no one can take this title off him, and this is the great stuff that he's done. He's been fired, he's come back, and you know, this is what he does. However, there was someone to remind him that with all of this greatness that comes with Tateness, there is a small blemish, champ. Because right before you won your title, Tate, there was a man who pinned you. And that man had never won a match before he pinned you. Yes, guys, I know I can. Donnie Rivaro made his way down and just reminded Tate everything that I just told you guys. And he challenged Tate for a match later on in the night. So yes, our not main event because that was the countdown, but our pre-main event was a Hustle Wrestling Heavyweight Championship match. Tate Mayfairs versus Donnie Rivaro. Good stuff, right? Some good stuff to look forward to. Right, up next, it was Vinny Kamaru versus the man who we saw return at Shoreditch Slamdown. In the ring, that is, because yes, he returned previously. But yes, Vinny Kamaru versus Sid Scala. Guys, what can I say? It's great. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's very great to see Sid perform. Vinny is a great talent, an absolute great talent. Knows how to work the crowd as well. Very, very good heel. But ultimately, once again, Sid Scala done what he done and proved that he is indeed back. He is not being put on the shelf for anyone again. And Vinny had to take the L to the one and only Sid Scala. So congratulations to you, Sid. Keep doing your thing and let this keep going. Right. Next, we had a very interesting match because how does one say this? It is a one-on-one match. It kind of turned into a tag team handicap match, but still was a one-on-one match. Yes, guys, because we are talking about Spencer Paul. I am going to keep introing him that way. Versus Adrian Arturo in a one-on-one match. But as you guys know, if you've been following the Hustle journey, Adrian has a tag team partner, whether it be by force or by choice. He has a tag team partner, and that is none other than Eddie Pettifer. So you know what? This match is going on. Adrian actually has the upper hand. He's doing well. It's not that Spencer's not getting the upper hand at times, but Eddie comes down, and what does he do? In what I could only call a true to our truth moment, he comes up on the corner and he's asking for a tag, and Adrian is explaining it's not a tag match, it's not a handicap match. What are you doing? Get out, leave me alone. Like, not in a bad way, but bro, no, it's a one-on-one. And it gave Spencer a bit of an advantage. It looked like Spencer was going to get the win, but Adrian continued to fight, and Eddie's gone down and he's come back up because even the referee's telling him it's not a tag match, get down. But then he sees Adrian in some trouble. He gets back up and asks for the tag, and it keeps happening. And what happens, even though we do have nothing but love for Adrian, the Hustle crowd are a bit annoying, because what are we saying? Make that tag. And even though Adrian's got the upper hand at one point, what does he do? He makes the tag, and Eddie comes in. He tries to attack. He doesn't. I have to stress this. He has not touched Spencer Paul, so no DQ is taking place, but the ref is like, what are you doing? Get out. And yeah, Spencer was even like, what the hell? Nearly gets the upper hand again, but ultimately Adrian Arturo gets the win. And yeah, the tag team celebrate the victory, even though it was a one-man's victory. So congratulations to you, Adrian and Eddie, I suppose. But yeah, great fun, and I can't wait to see what happens with these two guys again, that being Adrian and Eddie. Spencer, that's 2 matches, 2 L's, bro. Maybe the elegance needs to take a different turn. But yes, I'm interested to also see what happens with Spencer Paul, because I can see he will not be taking that on too lightly for the upcoming matches that he has. I can see the anger building more and more in Spencer Paul. Right, intermission time came, and then we got the match we were promised earlier. Not the Countdown Contenders match, because that's your main... Nope, not going to do it. I'll save it for the end. But yes, Tate Mayfair's take on Donny Rivaro. And I've got to be honest, guys. Donny has come a long, long way. Now, I am talking about, I had not attended the first show that the ministry had been to for Hustle Wrestling, but I keep hearing, and he was referred to as the guy who got the beat down from Nina Samuels. That's all anytime Hustle came up, as this guy got beat down. Some kid with an afro got beat down by Nina. Nina handled this kid, and we were told it was his first match. Now, from that first match to today, well, not today, but from that match, a huge improvement has come up. Donny Rivaro is taking on the Hustle Wrestle champion and gave it his absolute everything. He kept going. He had near falls on Tate. To a point, you can actually think that Donny was going to be your Hustle Wrestling champion. He might have been the one worried about who's coming in for the Countdown Contenders match, but no, he continued. He gave it his absolute all, but however, it was just short of being enough, because Tateness is in fact greatness, and Tate Mayfair is still your Hustle Wrestle champion and is waiting to find out who will be the winner of the Countdown Contenders match. Now, guys, I'm going to rest my throat here because it's time for your main event. I've talked about it at the top of the show. I talked about it in the last Hustle Wrestling preview show, the Countdown Contenders match. I absolutely love the idea of this. You've got your old countdown clock going down, and what happens each time your countdown clock goes down? Another contender enters the ring. So yes, it starts off with 2 people. There's a specific time, and then after that time elapsed, tick, 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 bang, someone else comes down, another contender goes down, and it needs every contender to have entered the match to get your ultimate winner. It's an elimination match. It could have been all of them in the ring at the same time. It could have been one by one. It all depends on the talent in the ring and how quick you could get the job done, and how quick the first 2 contenders of the match were, the ones who didn't get there. Countdown. Yes, guys, it was Adriano and Vittorio Bruni who kicked off the match. And if anyone's been following the Hustle Wrestling journey, you should know that these two have a bit of tension, and they did not hold back in this match. They kept going at each other. They were continuing the beat down until boom, the rain. I spoiled it there. I was going to say the next contender. I said the rain, so let's not spoil it. Yes, she brought the rain. Rain Leverkusen made her way down, and there we are. We've got the two faces beating down on Vittorio, and yeah, it's going on. The match continues. A continual beat down. Vittorio's doing his thing, don't get me wrong. And then there's a point where they got rid of him. And yes, the two faces had a bit of a clash. But then the countdown clock came down once again. And it was two faces and one heel. And it then became two faces, two heels. As the star of the Nina Samuels show, Nina Samuels made her way down and entered the fray. And the match continued. Now, Vito and Nina have formed a bit of an alliance, and they're taking out the two faces, continuing a beatdown. And their whole thing was, we get rid of everyone, and then we go at it for ourselves. And while that was going on, who came out? None other than the ultra nemesis in Hustle Wrestling, because in Riot it's a complete different story, but the nemesis to Nina Samuels, the Neon Explosion himself, Cassius, came down and started to clean house. But the unification continued between Vito and Nina. They continued to beat everybody down up until Nina decided to make a huge mistake and tries to turn her back on Vito. So you know what Vito does? He cleans her clock essentially, and he starts to go at it alone. But we have three faces who take it down to Vito, and guess what? 1, 2, 3. All three faces are on top of Vito Baruni, and 1, 2, 3, he is eliminated, and the match continues. As the match continues, out comes another member of the Three Lions, from what I'm aware of. Emma Corsi has come down, and the match continues. Everybody's fighting. I'm a bit jaded, guys, on this, but it was a great match, and there was so much stuff happening, fighting all over the place. It's a bit hard to continue and remember everything, but Emma's doing his thing. We've got everyone's for themselves now. There is no alliance going on. However, at this point, Nina Samuels decides to clean the crew. When I say clean the crew, she knocked out a few crew members and sets up a table. However, while doing all of that, she was eliminated by Cassius. Yes, Cassius eliminates Nina Samuels, and their feud continues because Nina did not take too lightly to that, and she continues to create a beatdown on Cassius. Boom. The next member of the Three Lions came down. The supreme leader himself, Rocco Garcia, is making his way down to the ring. And as he's making his way down to the ring, Rain is standing right in front of him. And remember that table I talked about Nina setting up? Bang! Spear right to Rain Leverkusen outside of the ring, left for dead as far as Rocco's concerned. He enters the ring. The beatdown of Cassius continues. And then 1, 2, 3. The former Hustle Wrestling champion, the Neon Explosion, Cassius, has been eliminated as well. And the match continues. Now, who have we got left? We've got Adriano, we've got Emma Corsi, and we've got Rocco Garcia. And Rain Leverkusen's left for dead. So you can picture what's going on here, can't you? The beatdown of Adriano comes on. And we would love the Heart of Rome to come out and beat these guys, but it's looking tough. But I also failed to mention, guys, that there was a surprise entrant, a mystery entrant that was to be in this match, and we had no idea who it was. But the match continued, the clock went down, and it was revealed that Harry Singh was the man to be the next one in the match. And he comes out, he does his absolute very best, he goes on. The match is a bit more leveled out now because you've got two faces, you've got two heels, and Harry's impressive. Harry's done some great stuff in this match. However, it was not to be, and Harry soon found himself to be eliminated too. And the 2-on-1 beatdown continued, and the Lions Pride done what they had to do, even though Adriano, who had so much heat and history with these two, came out, and it looked like he was going to eliminate at least one of the Lions Pride. He took it to Rocco. He took it to Emma Corsi. However, he was then soon to be eliminated, and now down to 3 individuals. The Lions Pride, Rocco Garcia, Emma Corsi, and a broken and battered Rain Leverkusen, who, remember, guys, was the third person in this match, as she's been in it as well as going through a table. At this point, it seems like a given that our Supreme Leader may once again be in line to hold in the Hustle Wrestle Championship. However, it was not to be Rocco Garcia's night because he was the first eliminated out of these 3, and now we're down to 2. Emma Corsi, Rain Leverkusen. So it means someone who's never held the title, well, to my knowledge, has never held the title, will be in line to be the number one contender and face Tate Mayfairs. And you know what? The match continues. Rain is still bringing the fire, and she slaps on a finisher and not a pin, but a tap out. Emma Corsi is out. Rain Leverkusen is now your new number one contender to the Hustle Wrestling Championship. And now, if you know your history, guys, when she was sheriff, she didn't have a lot of love for Tate. Tate did not have a lot of love for her. Tate got fired. She welcomed Tate back. She brought him back in. The first thing he done once he got his title shot, well, not even since he got his title shot, since he got back in, was attack her and demand a title shot. And here he is. He's now at the top of the mountain. But guess what? Since that time, Rain is off the injury list. She's no longer sheriff, but she is now your new number one contender. So guys, the next thing to look forward to, Saturday. Yes, you've had a Friday, you've had a Thursday, you've even had a Tuesday hustle. This is the first, unless you count all graps, but this is the first Saturday Hustle Wrestling show. Well, it's the first in the Colour Factory, for sure. Hustle Wrestling, November 2nd, will be main evented by Rain Leverkusen versus Tate Mayfairs for the Hustle Wrestle Championship, guys. This is going to be a match. If you can be there, be there. Also, I want to let you guys know that that is not going to be the only match of the night that has been announced so far, because yes, Nina Samuels versus the Neon Explosion, Cassius, in a Divas Destruction match will also be taking place. And that's just going to be 2 matches of many from Hustle Wrestling. So guys, if you are fortunate enough to be down there, unfortunately, I'm not two out of 5 of the ministry so far are unable to make it. I happen to be 1/5 of them who can't make it. But if you can be there, and maybe some of the ministry will be down there for the last Hustle Wrestling show of the year, do not miss out, because to miss will be to diss, and not a diss to Hustle Wrestling, a diss to yourself. Yes, I'm dissing myself. I can admit it. It's going to be a big show. Don't miss it, guys. It's going to be amazing. Will we crown a new champion? Will we end the year for Hustle Wrestling with a new champion? I don't know. You don't know. There's only one way to find out, and that's by taking yourselves down to the Colour Factory on Saturday, the 2nd of November. No endorsement here, guys. I'm just promoting wrestling, because you know what? I love wrestling, and I'd like to believe you love wrestling. The Ministry of Wrestling loves wrestling, and we like to talk wrestling. So join the discussion, guys. How do you join the discussion? Press the thumbs up, give us a like, give us a comment, press the subscribe button so you can see more of these review shows. And more importantly, just make sure you comment, because those comments allow us to interact. But how else can you interact if you're not comfortable or you don't have a YouTube account? Well, guess what you can do? You can hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. Well, YouTube, as I said before, Ministry of Wrestling. And if you're one of those people who like to tweet, then head on over to X and make sure you follow at MOW News, where you can join the discussion even further. So guys, that's enough from me. Until the next time, I am the 1AJ. Make sure you know that it's hustle time on the 2nd of November. It's going to be a good one. Shout out to everybody who was on the card. Shout out to the entire Hustle Wrestling team. Shout out to the wrestling guys, because you know what? They are one of the most welcoming podcast and host that you could ever meet. So much love to those guys. And until the next time, I am the 1AJ, and I am out.